Hey guys, it's Storri. Welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna be doing a long overdue unhaul. So you may have seen a semi-recent video, not very recent anymore, video where I teach you how to successfully unhaul books. I will link it down below or in a card up here if you haven't seen it yet. I go through all the steps and this is what really works for me. You kind of start yourself with a goal and try to hit that goal by the end of the unhaul, going through all these steps. So of course I have some books from that video that I need to unhaul. I have sold a couple of those books on Depop, so I will link my Depop down below if you want to buy any of these books. I don't believe all of these are on there. I'm actually going to take some off soon so that I can sell them in person at a used bookstore and then maybe get more new books. Probably not. I'm trying to really dial down since I just moved into my new condo. That's why you'll see all this stuff kind of scattered in the back. I am selling some of these things. Everything else is pretty organized in the condo, I feel like. So I will do an updated kind of apartment tour or condo tour next time I do a reading vlog. So stay tuned for that. Already getting off topic, but yes, I'm gonna go over some of those books I unhauled if I still have them, if I haven't sold them yet. And then I also have a few more books I'm adding to the unhaul. Some of these will be Christmas presents, ironically, just because I know people that would enjoy them and they're basically brand new books. I've never even cracked them open. That's usually how it goes. And then for the other ones, if they don't sell on Depop here soon, I am going to sell them at a used bookstore like I just said. If they don't take them for some reason, I will of course donate them. I actually put a couple in a giveaway that's coming soon on my Instagram. If you're interested in that, I'll be doing a thriller giveaway and then later on probably a fantasy giveaway, specifically YA fantasy. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, it's at Storribook, the same handle as my YouTube channel. And without further ado, before I talk for way too long, let's go ahead and get into the books. So I'm not gonna go in any particular order. I'm just gonna grab what's ever on top. But the first set of books I'm getting rid of are a couple of Veronica Speedwell books, I think they're called. I don't really know anything about this series. I don't even know if it is a series. I think each book is kind of its own book, but it's following the same character, kind of like how you would with like a Sherlock Holmes book or like a Nancy Drew book, that sort of thing. I'm not super positive, but I followed a book creator, I think, who reads these books, and that's why I picked them up, because I wanted to give them a try. But unfortunately, I don't read these types of books. I do not read thrillers. My most recent book I read was a mystery thriller and I'm so proud of myself. I really enjoyed it actually. It's called The Silent Patient. I'm sure you've heard of it by now. The new book, The Maidens, it's the same author. But yeah, I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed it, but I did guess the plot twist, which is why I don't read thrillers. I have to have mystery in a book. And so whenever I went to go pick these up, I thought, okay, these are basically just mysteries. And I know I like mystery, so maybe I'll like these, but they're just gonna sit on my shelves. As you'll see in that unhaul steps video, that how-to video, I am trying to get rid of thrillers and mysteries, and I did get rid of a couple, so you'll see a lot here, but I'm just not a thriller reader. 1 or 2 in the fall time is really good for me, but even then, sometimes I won't even read one. And it's not like I hate them or anything. I think I just don't give them a chance because I just always guess the plot twists, and then sometimes if there's too many characters, it's just like too much work for me, I guess. But ironically, psychological thrillers are my favorite movie genre, so I would rather watch a thriller as a movie than read it, and that's just me specifically. But yeah, I don't know much about these. I know this is the first book. It's called A Curious Beginning, and then this is called A Perilous Undertaking. I don't know if it's the second book or what it is, but yeah, hopefully my mom isn't watching this video because I'm gonna give these to her. These are the type of books she loves. So yeah, that's what I'm unhauling first. Next, another thriller, of course, is One by One by Ruth Ware. I have like 3 Ruth Ware books at this point, and I've just never read them. This one is set in the winter. They are somewhere like very, very cold. Most of the time I don't like reading those settings just because I don't like being cold. I'm anemic, I'm cold all the time. So I just feel like if I'm gonna pick up a mystery thriller, it's probably not gonna be this one. So yeah, getting rid of this. Next, I have Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reid. This is also an ARC, I believe. They sent it to me after it came out. Looked more into it. The reviews are pretty good. Of course, it's in Reese's book club, but I don't know. I just wasn't interested in it anymore. And I just feel like it's literally going to sit on my shelves. I did want to keep it at first just because it's so beautiful. Like, this is the most stunning book I think I have on my shelves, but yeah, I can't be keeping books because of that anymore. I have this one big bookshelf. I have a small little bookshelf over here that you can't see. And then my boyfriend really wanted his bookshelf back that I kind of took over. So I gave him back that bookshelf. So now I just have like one really, really big box of books and I'm just trying to get rid of them. I don't read fast enough to keep up with everything. And when there's new books out, I buy them and I try to read them. So it's my book buying habit is just too fast and chaotic for my reading habit. If reading is even a habit for me at this point, let's be honest. I've been in a huge slump all year, but I'm getting back into it now that it's getting colder out. I'm really enjoying reading again, but yeah, I don't know much about this book either. I just feel like anything contemporary nowadays just doesn't catch my interest. So I'm passing this one up. Don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. Next is Bad Girls with Perfect Faces by Lynn Weingarden. I don't know what this is, but then I realized it is a sequel to Suicide Notes from Beautiful Girls. So obviously I'm not gonna read it because I don't have the first book. And then also I didn't want to put it in a giveaway because most likely people haven't read the first book. So yeah, probably gonna try selling it or donating it, but I don't really have much else to say. I do know it is, I think it's a mystery thriller, maybe one of the two. It is also, I think it's YA, and I'm really over reading about characters in high school. I still enjoy reading characters in college, but it has to be a very specific book if the characters are set in high school because I will be bored. Next is the Shatter Me series by Tahara Mafi. Yeah, I'm never gonna get to this. Every time I look at my bookshelf trying to unhaul books, I think about getting rid of this and I don't, just because I really want to know what all the hype was back in the day. This was like the booktube series or book way back when, and I've always wanted to know, like, you know, what was so popular about it. And I believe the love interest in here everyone really likes. I think, you know, she's magical. The main character, anyone she touches dies, so obviously it's gonna be really hard for her to have a relationship, and the love interest is just like swoon worthy, and I don't know, I just felt like I would probably like it. And of course I started buying the other books to get me to read it. So I also have Unravel Me. There's nothing in me that screams like you have to read these soon, or you have to read these within the next year or the next 2 years, and they're just gonna sit on my shelf, so why have them here? I don't want to have really, really old YA books like this, because honestly I'm getting less and less into YA fantasy in general. I still need to read Crooked Kingdom within the Six of Crows duology, but like that doesn't even read like YA to me. That reads like high fantasy, new adult to me. So that's what I want to be reading if I'm going to be reading YA fantasy and not something like this. So yeah, I don't think anyone's going to want these books, so I'm probably just going to try to sell them or donate them. Next is The Program by Suzanne Young. I'm never gonna read this. I know there have been people on my channel commenting that I should read this, or they've seen this in a video and they're like, oh my god, it's so good. But there are literally like 10 books in this series. I think like 6, yeah. It's showing 6. I don't know if there's gonna be more too. I'm not gonna read all 6 of these books, so why even start? These kids are put in a program. It says, with suicide now an international epidemic, one outburst could land someone in the program the only proven course of treatment, which is interesting. And obviously she falls in love with someone at the program. So it sounds interesting. Sometimes I really want to read dystopians. I just like get that urge to want to read a dystopian. But like I said, I'm just not going to read all 6 of these books, so what's the point of having it? Next is The Diabolic by S.J. Kincaid. I'm great with names as always, but again, I don't know what this is about. I still have it on Depop if you want it. I believe it is a sci-fi. A diabolic is ruthless, a diabolic is powerful, has a single task: to kill in order to protect the person you've been created for. I think that's what it is. You're like a robot or some sort of sci-fi creature, and you are like a guardian angel or like a bodyguard for someone. You are assigned to protect one person, and I believe our main character is protecting the heir to the Galactic Senate. So yeah, I don't want, like, I've been getting into sci-fi, but more like realistic sci-fi, and I'm the same way with fantasy. Like, urban fantasy will always have a special place in my heart, so now that I am getting more into sci-fi, I want sci-fi that is just like realistic. It's here on Earth. There's probably some sort of metaphor or social commentary. That's the type of books I like. I don't want anything like too far out there unless it's something like Six of Crows. This is not my thing right now. It probably won't be ever. Next up is Beast Made of Night by, I really don't even want to try to say the name because I know I'm gonna butcher it, Toki Onyebuchi. This is another YA fantasy book, I'm pretty sure, and I got it because I thought I could read it so fast. I've kept it because I like keeping short books like this for readathons. I've not done one readathon this year though, and it's November, so I can't keep keeping books just for readathons when in reality I'm not doing readathons. The two big readathons that I participated in are now gone, and a lot of the times with other readathons, I'm just like, I never finish them. I'm not into it enough to actually just like finish it successfully, because it just seems like it kind of doesn't matter to me. Sometimes I just like don't meet people through it. I'm just like not reading good books. I'm stressing myself out trying to finish these books for like nothing. You get nothing at the end, you know? Which I'm not saying you shouldn't do readathons. If you like readathons, more power to you. We have been doing a 12-hour readathon between me and a couple friends here on YouTube. That has been really successful. I will mention though, I will not be continuing those in the future. We did plan on doing one more. Granted, I've never even made like a video announcing that I was doing it. I just kind of started doing it. So I apologize for that, but there's gonna be some changes here on my channel, which I'll get into probably in my next vlog. I'm still gonna be making book content, but yeah, just definitely won't be doing the 12-hour readathon in the future. I love Megan and Sydney so much. They're both great people. They have great content here on YouTube, but yeah, just a little too stressful for me, and anything that's like stressful regarding like my channel or reading in general, being a creator in general, I'm just like not doing anymore because my life is too hectic. I have a full-time salary job that has 9 to 10 hour days. Like, I'm tired a lot of the time and I'm just trying to make time for things. So anyways, without getting too off topic, I am getting rid of this. I do not know what it's about. I just know that I read the synopsis to see if I wanted to keep it, because like I said, I was only keeping it for readathons, and just not for me. It's a fantasy, and usually when they're this tiny, you're not gonna get a lot out of it in my opinion. So yep, getting rid of this one. It's also on Depop, but it will be taken down soon if it doesn't sell soon. Next is The Grace Keepers by Kirsty Logan. I've had this book for so long, and it kind of makes me sad getting rid of it because I have had this since the very start of my channel. It's a book I just got off of Book Outlet when I first started my channel. I still buy from Book Outlet. It's still my #1 website I get books from. If you haven't gotten any books from Book Outlet before, I have a code down below. It's $10 off for your first purchase, so you do have to make an account to get that $10 off, but the books there are usually like $3, so it's like 3 free books. But anyways, yeah, I got it from there, and I debate getting rid of it every time I do an unhaul. Yeah, it's just, I'm just not into this anymore. I don't know what it is. It's like, I feel like I've matured in a way. I've matured as a reader, but like, I don't want to say mature because I don't want to say like you are too old to read like YA or anything like that, because that's definitely not the case. But just for me, like, I don't like reading young books anymore. So technically that is maturing. So I don't want to like offend anyone, but it is like maturing. Like, if they are in high school or younger, like, I'm just not interested. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't entertain me. When I see high schoolers now, I see them as like preschoolers, so it doesn't entertain me. It's not interesting, and it's not realistic. I think when I'm reading a book, I need it to feel realistic. Same with movies. I want it to feel realistic or I'm not into it. I do believe this is like in its own world. This girl is on an island all by herself, and she has to do something that is like every time someone dies or something with birds or something like that. I don't know. I've had it forever. It's sat on my shelves forever. I'm never gonna read it. So next is The Dark Days Club by Alison Goodman. Sorry if you can hear my dog in the background. She is growling at me. She hates when I talk to the camera for some reason. It's like she's jealous or something, but this is set in the 1800s. Yeah, 1812 in London, and we are following a secret society that hunts vampires. So I mean, that's really enough details that you need. It's like the Victorian era, right? Was that called Victorian? I don't know. And yeah, secret club that kills vampires. Of course I'm going to get this. It's actually beautiful. These are the end pages. And then I would show you what it looks like on the inside, but you can't really see it. But yeah, it's just a stunning book. It also has the weird pages there too, but it is pretty thick, and I just know I would never ever read this. Obviously, I love anything that has vampires in it, but picking up a vampire book is literally 50-50 on what you're gonna get. It's gonna be either really good, exciting, that sort of thing, or it's going to be a vampire book. Right when I said that, the lights flickered, and that was freaking weird. But yeah, you guys get what I mean, right? This is just a random book I picked up, I think from Book Outlet. And yeah, if you like vampire books, which I know a lot of my subscribers do, this is on my Depop still if you want to buy it. I have these up there for really cheap, I think like $6 or something. And then the very last book I am getting rid of, pains me to show you because a author reached out to me and sent me this himself. It is his own book, I believe it is a series, and he does watch my videos, so I'm sorry. But that is Horn by ADT McClellan. I am kind of happy to show this though, because if you do want this, you should go read it. It's super cheap. I see that sometimes the audiobook is on sale for like $1 or $2 or something, but I feel like it looks middle grade and that's what keeps me from reading it, but it says teenager on here, so it might be more like YA. I know it definitely has some fantasy aspects and some like unexplained aspects. You're following like a moose, a person, and a cat, I believe. Yeah, I don't really know. Does it have sci-fi elements too? Yeah, I was actually keeping it because I assumed my boyfriend would read it at some point, but he's kind of like fallen out of reading completely. He's never been an avid reader like me. He just reads like here and there, and he just hasn't read in so long, so I don't think he's going to be reading this, so I'm going to be getting rid of it. I don't think this is an ARC. I think it is a finished copy, so yeah, I would really give this a try. That sounds like something you're really into. The author is from Australia, I remember, and I work for an Australian company, so that's kind of ironic, but yeah, give this a try if you want to. It's on Amazon, I'm pretty sure. I won't be selling it on Depop just because I feel like a lot of people won't know it or know what it is, so I'll probably try to sell it in person or donate it. All right, and those are all the books that I'm going to be unhauling. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like this video if you like unhauls. I actually have a book haul coming next, ironically. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Of course, follow me on any of my socials if you haven't already, especially Instagram. I'm way more active on Instagram than anything else. I'm also on Twitter, but I've kind of given that up a little bit because Twitter is toxic. So thanks for watching. I will see you in another video soon.